Chapter 47. That research didn't take long. Dominique Pierce, as she is known professionally, is the managing partner of the elite high-dollar Lewis, Malone, and Blackman law firm. From a little research, it was clear this was one of the most high-profile law firms in Detroit, well known as a team of mostly female legal sharks, whose client roster includes famed politicians, sports figures, recording artists, and a few whose businesses straddle the line between legitimate and questionable. And Dominique Pierce is their rainmaker. Sharmelle found a recent article about a $50 million judgment Dominique won for the family of an African-American woman who died shortly after childbirth. Her complaints about pain and excessive bleeding weren't taken seriously by hospital staff until 36 hours later. She died in surgery. Sharmelle took notes on the details of the case because Lyra was researching a documentary about Black maternal health care. She thought it ironic that under different circumstances, Dominique would be a great interview for Lyra. After 2 hours down the Dominique Pierce rabbit hole, Sharmelle understood why she seemed so direct in her phone conversation. The woman is a legal beast, looking upon everyone with suspicion. But Sharmelle still wanted to know if Marcus was there when she called, or if her call was meant to end any further contact with the Hayes family. She feared the latter, and knew that would be heartbreaking for Etta and probably Lucian. He wasn't showing much emotion, but Sharmelle knew he had to be hurt, not knowing if the man who is his biological father truly was not interested in getting to know him or even meeting him. There was no way to tell because Dominique was clearly the family enforcer, guard, and gatekeeper. Sharmelle wondered about the other daughter, the one Marcus mentioned who lived in Maryland. Did she know what was going on, and did she also want zero contact with her brother as well? Sharmelle thought about tracking her down, but decided not to, since any contact with her would get back to her now less than likable sister. Sharmelle was not patient, and she didn't like waiting, but the latest Hayes developments were forcing her to do both. She was deciding whether to call and check on First Lady Hayes and or Lucian when her phone started pinging with text messages. 1, 2, 3. "Who's texting me and what's so urgent?" she said aloud while looking for her phone under a stack of files she had laid out on the coffee table in her office. It was Sam Kyle. Before she read the message, she could see a string of exclamation points. "Shar, call me. Call me now. Yes, I'm using all caps. I'm screaming. I just got a call from an attorney in Detroit, pretty famous in our legal circles, a real lioness. She just told me some wow story about Etta Hayes." Sharmelle's stomach dropped. Her pulse was racing. She was starting to sweat. "What?" she yelled loud enough for anybody in the office next door to hear her. Sharmelle had so many thoughts running through her mind in a matter of seconds. It wasn't enough for Dominique to humiliate Etta and Lucian with that phone call. Now she's reached out to the most powerful lawyer in Pearl City, and one of the most powerful in the whole state of Georgia. But why? Sam didn't sound like she knew her personally. There was one way to get some of those questions answered right then and there. She called Sam, who picked up during the first ring. She sounded out of breath. "Shar, sit down. You're not going to believe this. The lawyer's name is Dominique Pierce. She's in Detroit. Like I said, she's a real bulldog. Probably hasn't lost a case in the last decade. I met her briefly at a women's litigation conference 6 months ago in Orlando. We were on the panel together. Anyway, she called to ask me to check into Mrs. Hayes. Said she's trying to scam their family by saying Dominique's father is Lucian's father. How freaking crazy is this? Can you believe it?" Sharmelle did not respond when Sam stopped talking. "Shar, you still there?" "I'm here." Sam sensed something. "Wait, Shar, did you know about this? You knew, didn't you?" "Yes, Sam, I know. I've known for a few weeks now." "Wait, well, it's true? She wants me to check it out." "Listen, Sam, it's way too much to talk about over the phone. Can you come here to the office? I'm on my way to court. I'll come by your house tonight about 6. Does that work?" "Sure, I'll order some dinner. And I'll bring some wine, lots of it. This is giving me a headache." Trust me, I understand. I've had one for the last few weeks.